Good morning from a very rainy Darwin. Yep, it started raining last night and it hasn't stopped. So we got a little bit wet when we were packing up the car. We are leaving Darwin this morning. We've had a lovely, relaxing few days here. I have to say we haven't done a lot. Been to a couple of the markets. We've had a walk around town. We've been up to the waterfront, walk around the park. But because I've been to Darwin before and I've done all the touristy things, it means I actually could relax more, which we need because that was an exhausting month getting here. Now we are going down the middle of Australia from Darwin to Adelaide. So we're making stops obviously on the way. We're going to Daly Waters, Devil's Marbles, Alice Springs, Kings Canyon, Uluru, Coober Pedy, Port Augustus and then Adelaide. We just passed the sign for Alice Springs, 1,472 kilometres to go. Oh gosh, we've arrived at the termite mounds, the magnetic termite mounds in Litchfield Park. Now, you may have noticed I've got my raincoat on and it's raining. So yesterday was high 30 degrees and very sunny. And now it is 19 degrees at 10 o'clock in the morning, raining and in some parts very windy. Look at the size of them. Look how many there are. So the cathedral termite mound is home to a colony of cathedral termites and they reckon it's over 50 years old. And it's displayed here behind the railing so people don't poke it, I guess. Look at the size of that. 50 years old. An impressive abode. It certainly is. Good morning. We left Darwin yesterday and we took the 7.5-hour drive. That's how long it took us to get to this place called Daly Waters. We are at the Devil's Marbles. This was a 5-hour drive south of Daly Waters and about a 4-hour drive north of Alice Springs. So not fancying doing a 7-hour drive. We want to stop and have a look anyway. We're actually camping here at the National Park campground for the night. And we're just going to do this 4K easy walk around the marbles. Look how beautiful they are. Even through a fly net. So we stopped at Wycliffe Wells, which is the alien capital of Australia. So it's an old garage and it used to have lots of alien memorabilia here. And I think it was also the old tourist park. But now it's completely derelict. Oh gosh, it's such a shame. I've seen videos of it when it was open. Oh, it's completely derelict in there now. And it was, oh my God, they've even got aliens on the loo. There's the spaceship. And here we are at the Tropic of Capricorn. Right on the line. We're about 40 kilometres outside of Alice Springs now, so we should be there shortly. And here we are, Alice Springs.
Bit of water there, Zoe, look. But I'd imagine the whole thing, you can see the whole thing fills with water all on the sand.
In Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan still going on, Iraq, peacekeeping. And here we are at the top of Anzac Hill. And from here, you get a full view of Alice Springs. Yeah, it's a nice memorial to the servicemen, but also a really good view of Alice Springs.
Someone's gone there.
We are in the West McDonald's Ranges this morning. Going to stop and look at some of the sights. And then we're going on the Red Loop Road, which we got a pass for yesterday at Alice Springs, to take us to Kings Canyon. So here we are at Simpson's Gap. And this is the West McDonald's Ranges. This is Simpson's Gap. It's pretty beautiful. Look at the colours of the rocks. So it's Stanley Chasm. We have to enter this pin. So you have to pay here $12 each at the gift shop. So we've walked down the chasm, and here we are at the end. There's a little pool of water and boulders blocking. There's the light on the rocks. There's all these different colours. It's very pretty. So, you can't get lost in Australia. We took a wrong turn somewhere. We are in the middle of flipping nowhere. We haven't seen anyone for
Days.
hours. Hours.
We saw those dodgy buggers back there.
Except for some rather dodgy looking characters. And we've just got to the Merenine route, the Red Road. This is one of the ways you can take. We had to buy a pass for this yesterday when we were in Alice Springs. But honestly, we're not seeing anyone. We've been lost for hours. No phone signal, no nothing.
We're back on track.
We think we're back on track now. Anyway, we're not going to be stopping for anything on the way.
Apparently you're not allowed to stop on the road.
No, you're not allowed to stop on this road. But then it has a rest stop and a lookout. Don't figure it. The guy, the tourist centre, said to us, "Don't, you mustn't stop on the road, but if you have to stop, just stop." Very bizarre. Anyway, if you see anything interesting, we'll show you, but I think it's just a red dirt road in the middle of nowhere in central Australia, somewhere.
Right, we're on the red road in the middle of Australia, and this is like we have to pay £5 permit to come on this road because it's what is it? So it's an Aboriginal road.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Sacred. You're apparently not allowed to stop and stuff like that. It's a shortcut to Kings Canyon, but yeah, not the most comfortable drive, but we're out in the middle of nowhere.
But look at the view. We've just found these wild horses. It's grazing on the side of the road. Our first view of Kings Canyon. So this is the start of the South Rim Walk. Can't start this walk after 11 a.m. in extreme heat. Can't start the North Rim one after 9 a.m. in the extreme heat. So we've made it to the edge. Wow, unfortunately the sun is in a terrible position to capture the full colour of the other side. There's people walking all the way around, but it's magnificent. And it's steep at the beginning, levels out, then it's up and down a bit, but I'm glad I did it. I'm glad we came. It is truly beautiful. There's no birds here, no termites, nothing. Beer. Still going on about his beer. There's nothing here. I haven't seen a bird forever. Very strange. Uluru! It's absolutely stunning. If you look, you can see the marks where, when it rains, the water comes down the rocks. I'm absolutely in awe of this place. I mean, apart from the flies. I don't know what I was expecting. I knew it was going to be big, but I didn't know it was going to be this big. I mean, it's so tall. I mean, look, in comparison to me, it's remarkable. It's just beautiful. And this morning we are off to explore Watarrka. This is part of the same national park as Uluru. And you can come and do other walks here. There's quite a few walks you can do here. So the map that he gave us details of walks you can do in Uluru and details of walks you can do here. So here we are. We're going to do the Valley of the Winds walk first. How impressive that is. So this is the Valley of the Winds at the lookout point. Alright, I have to stop there because I'm not allowed to take photographs past that point. Yeah, it's windy, it's beautiful. And here we are at Watarrka Gorge Walk. So this is Watarrka Gorge. What a beautiful walk. So we said goodbye to the Northern Territory and we are now on the border with South Australia. Good morning from South Australia. And we parked in Marla last night. Now I thought Marla was a town, but actually it's just a roadhouse that has everything. It's a little strange. Anyway, this was where we camped. We are the last ones, or second to last ones, to actually leave this morning. It's just flat. Oh, look at the ceiling. It's all glistening. And they do actually have services here because they have mass times up. So it's a functioning church.
This is just the arts and crafts and opal shop.
Yep. Now, Faye Naylor came here when she was 30 years old, and she was born in 1930. She came here when she was 61, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
And she wanted to go mining and build an underground home.
There's more. We're going to look at a mine now. Oh.
This first part of the drive here, this wasn't dug out by hand by the ladies, okay?
Okay.
We don't have front doors to
No.
the mines.
Yeah, after they do a perfect circle. Exactly. Yeah.
This is a bogger, and a bogger is used to transport the dirt from one end of the drive to where the shaft is. Then the dirt's taken up. That's air over hydraulic.
We're just come to look at the big winch.
Ooh. Oh, right, okay.
Oh.
Like that. Oh, just every strong joint.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. You've got to do a spider walk up. Go on then, off you go, please.
Oh my God, there's somebody up there.
There is somebody up there. Yeah, so this is where we will be camping for the rest of the night. I put my donation in the box. It's starting to rain. Welcome to Port Augusta. It's taken us about 6 hours to get here. It's south of Coober Pedy, where we stayed last night. It's been raining most of the way and it is 22 degrees. Not used to it being this cold. We've pulled into the Australian Arid Botanical Gardens, and first stop is the Red Cliff Lookout. And in the distance you can see the Flinders Ranges. Well, as it's been raining it's a bit cloudy, so it's not probably the best view. Stop in Port Augusta is the Watarrka Outback Centre. A historic journey through Outback, South Australia. Through the map. So it was $26 to get in.
So take your time, enjoy the journey.
and welcome to our backyard.
Yeah, it's a big, beautiful land, and we've been here for a long time.
Oh, this is nice. 15 million years ago, this was is now a hot, dry place. There was once regular rainfall. Now it's of abundance growth. There we go. Ooh, this is nice, isn't it? We are at Bumbunga Lake, about 150 kilometres out of Adelaide. And have a look at this. It's like a big pink lake with a Loch Ness in the middle. So the scenery. When we drove through the middle and we were first in South Australia, it was very much like the Northern Territory. Well, it was worse actually. It was so desolate. There was nothing there. Just desert and these tiny little bushes. It was so boring to drive. But the rest of this, since we got down from Port Augusta down to Adelaide, it's so green. We're right in the centre of Adelaide City. So now we're on Randall Mall. This is the main shopping area of Adelaide. So it's a pedestrianised street mainly with all your shops. Shopping was great. It's just, you know, you can get whatever you want here. And we went to a restaurant which was really nice in Chinatown. It's a Vietnamese one, very good. What else? We did a couple of the museums, and the State Library was a surprise. South Australia Museum was a surprise as well. I really enjoyed that. And it was just nice to sort of wander around and get a feel for what Adelaide is like. And that concludes our 9-day trip, 3,700 kilometre drive, all the way from Darwin to Adelaide, straight down the red centre. And this was part of our half lap of Australia. I've done full vlogs of each of the destinations we stopped at, and I'll put links to those in the description if you want to find out more about that particular area. But it's definitely worth doing. It was great fun. And from here we are going to be heading back towards Perth. See you soon. Bye.